George Ferocious Kambosos Jr. vs. Devin the Dream Haney, closer as Vasily the Matrix Lomachenko bows out in Ukraine. This summer, George Ferocious Kambosos Jr. is closing in on his dream undisputed homecoming against Devin the Dream Haney in Australia. The 28-year-old Australian Ferocious, who took the titles from Teofimo the Takeover Lopez via split decision last November 27, 2021 at the Hulu Theatre, has shown only one ambition since becoming the undisputed in the lightweight division. He wants to fight the best fighter in the lightweight division, and only Devin the Dream Haney or Vasily the Matrix Lomachenko will do for the Ferocious one. Now it's up to Devin the Dream Haney to agree with the terms on the table, the same ones Vasily the Matrix Lomachenko agreed to before stating his intentions on Monday to remain in Ukraine to fight against Russia. Before getting into it with Devin the Dream Haney, George Ferocious Kambosos Jr. tipped his hat to Vasily Lomachenko as the former unified champion continues to defend his country. George Kambosos Jr. said, "I respect your decision, and I totally understand. I pray for you and your country, please stay safe, and once I wipe the floor with Devin Haney, we will make this fight between two real champions, God bless."
Look, I respect it, me and Lomachenko, hell of a...
Back to Devin the Dream Haney, George Ferocious Kambosos Jr. sent a subtle reminder to the American on what he said when talks began with Vasily the Matrix Lomachenko a few weeks ago. Devin the Dream Haney said, "What he's taking, I'll take the same offer, however, this may not have been the case between then and now." George Ferocious Kambosos Jr. is adamant that Devin the Dream Haney takes what Vasily Lomachenko accepted, though. This negotiation is where the only sticking point lies. Devin the Dream Haney has already agreed to fight down under in Melbourne. The Australian Ferocious and current IBF, WBA, and WBO titleholder George Ferocious Kambosos Jr. doesn't seem sure of Devin the Dream Haney's genuine interest in taking the deal to fight him. George Kambosos Jr. tweets, "You were offered it months ago, and you played around," he pointed out. In the meantime, the great man Vasily Lomachenko made it very simple to do anything to make it happen. It was a done deal. But Vasily Lomachenko now has a bigger fight at the moment, which I totally respect, so let's see how much of your word is truth. The 28-year-old Australian unified champion George Kambosos Jr. added, "When the gate is closed, the little dog barks and is full of energy, but let's see when the gate is fully open if the little dog still has the same bark and energy." TikTok. The WBC champion Devin the Dream Haney responded, "My energy will forever be the same. You were forced into his position. Let's not confuse the people. Whatever happens in the coming days, there's only a short period to get this deal over the line." George Ferocious Kambosos Jr. is sure whoever is in the opposite corner will take a loss. George Kambosos Jr. tweets, "All I know is hard work. Still, in the trenches, nothing changes, hungrier and more dangerous than ever. These are my belts. They are going nowhere. Your favorite fighter doesn't stand a chance. Now, I'm the top dog with that same chip on my shoulder. Without risk, there is no reward. Stay tuned. By the end of the month, we should know whether boxing will have another fight for all the belts for the entire lightweight crown and to become a lightweight undisputed champion."